Mila, great job in playing Julia. She is such a painful character to watch, but I thought she was just really good. And you were good in playing this role. Was it the character that you want to play, or was it you want to work with Mr. Paul Haggis? I read in one of the interviews you said that working with Mr. Paul Haggis is like falling in love all over again.
I loved working with Paul. I think Paul made me realize why I love doing what I did. Mm-hmm. You know, you do certain films and you become a puppet for the director, or you do certain films and you realize the director has no confidence in themselves.
Really? And that happens?
Oh, it happens a lot. What ends up happening is you end up doing each take 20 different ways. Oh. Because the director doesn't know what he wants and he doesn't trust you to make the decision. And so then he wants to take everything you do and then create, and what I call Frankenstein, a character together in the edit bay. And so you have one too many of those experiences and you're like, I can't do this anymore. And then you meet somebody like Paul and it just kind of invigorates you and rekindles your love for the art.
I mean, she has such a good heart but makes so many mistakes. And I'm just curious, was it difficult to play this role? The role of Julia?
I think in general she makes excuses for a lot of things. And I think she's one of those people that she doesn't have very much on her side. And so everything just seems very dire, and I think you lose sense of who you are and what you are. And it's very hard to crawl your way back up, especially if nobody's there to help you. And so I think bad luck has a lot to do with it, but I also think, on top of bad luck, restraint and confidence, you end up losing all of that if you can't support yourself and you can't support your family and you have nothing to live for in that sense.
The scene where you came to see James Franco and you want to see your kid, and he was forcing you to tell the truth. So when she finally sharing the story, was she really telling him the truth, or was she just saying so that she can see her son? That's something I'm like, I have to ask Mila, was she...
Well, the way that I played it is, I think it's one of those things where...
Because you can go both ways, right?
You can go both ways on it. You have to remember, early in the thing, she does say she, got the job because she could cry on cue.
Yeah.
And the next time you see her, she cries on cue.
Yeah.
So, you can take it for what it's worth.
So you have a couple great scenes with James Franco. How was it like working with James, as well as Maria Bello? You both were really good in this film.
Yeah, thanks. Maria's great. Maria's an awesome actress to work with. She's brilliant, she's smart, she's confident, she's just a strong woman. She was great. James and I have worked together for, I don't know, we did count at one point. We've done like 5, 6 things together. But it's the second time we played husband and wife, and I think the 4th movie we've done together. He's great. I love working with James.
I have to say, okay, one more question about the hotel scene when you play, the hotel...
yes, the maid.
The maid.
Yeah.
Why did I forget that term? By the way, you're just so natural, when that scene when it shows your character and the other maid were doing the bed, like, does Mila have to go through training to learn how to do the bed? Because I
will tell you. Paul,
please tell us about that scene.
Yes, Paul made both me and the young woman that played the other maid to go through training.
Right?
He did.
Yeah.
He made us do it. We were like, Paul, this is going to be in the movie for 2 seconds. He's like, I need you to learn how to nip and tuck and put these things in. I was like, I don't even like sleeping when things are so tucked in. So, yes, for 20 minutes, he gave us a tutorial from an actual maid
I knew it.
on set as to how to do the bed.
You're so good with that scene, even though it's 5 seconds.
Thank you for...
It's very convincing, Mila.
You made me feel so good about my 20 minutes of artwork
Seriously,
that I did.
I'm not joking.
How to play a maid. I always thought I knew how to make a bed. I make my bed every morning. Apparently, I've always done it wrong. So I learned my lesson.
So now you know how to make it
you're making me feel so good. Thank you.
I know that's a lame question, but it's just little things like that I had to ask actors.
Yes, 20 minutes we spent on learning how to make a proper bed like a maid.
Yeah.
Like at a hotel, which is very different than how y'all make your beds at home, apparently.
Is there a trick to make a perfect bed?
Yeah, they tuck everything in really hard.
So tight, right?
And I get in and I untuck everything. I can't. I feel like I'm like stuck in a cocoon. So I was like, let's just make these things loose. And he was like, no. And you can't put the pillow on the floor. The pillow always has to go on top of a chair or there's all these things that you want. I think I zoned out halfway through. I was like, what? Didn't even register.
So now what's next for you?
I think Jupiter's next, or
with Channing?
Yes, with Channing. Okay. Yeah, Chan's in it. Or Hell and Back. I'm not sure which one's next.
Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank
you.
Movie, by the way.